Hey y'all, so we are back. I'm back with episode 7 review of All's Fair. Like I said, there were some good points. I will say there was some the good point was about Dina and the grieving process of her husband, like how that was for her personally. Like I said in the last one, this show has been renewed for a second season. How? I don't know, but I'm gonna take it because I want to like the show. But one thing that pissed me off was okay. I'm gonna get the first thing out the way. Chase and Allura, they're gonna end up fucking again. They did at the end of the episode, and to me, it was kind of alluded to it when they had met at the bar and they both had matching hairdos. I was like, so y'all both got the pony up and it down in the back. Actually, look really cute. I like Kim Kardashian's hair. I was like, her hair was really pretty like that. She needs to keep dark tones. It complements her skin tone, and she looks beautiful that way. Chase, he can get a new hairstyle. Just like Carr said, all that gel, he can let up on it every once in a while because he can do a little bust down the middle, with his real hair, of course, and like kind of let it wave. It's like kind of lean into the cute white boy a little bit. It just kind of feels like he tried too hard to be a little polished fuck boy white boy. But it's like you can kind of have the little cute skater boy white boy look too. But I digress. What pissed me off about this episode was Carr and Liberty. Liberty, I I enjoy Naomi Watts as an actress, but Liberty's character, she can almost like if there's as crazy as it sounds, I feel like so far Liberty's character is the least given when it comes to all of the lawyers amongst her, Alora, Emerald, Dina, and Carr. And I think Emerald is technically like a lead investigator. It's like Kim Kardashian, granted, she's not a strong actress, but I feel like her character gives a little bit more as far as interest and intrigue. Liberty, this whole time, has just been lulling over, am I going to get married or not? And it's like, and that's another thing that keeps pissing me off with this show. It's like they're supposed to be very strong women, and not even just like in their financial life, but even in their friendships. Like they have strong support groups, and yet they be so desperate for a man. And I understand Dina, she was with her husband for 40 years, but it's almost like, girl, if you have made it this far, maybe marriage is not for you. You can have you get you a Stedman. Get you a Stedman. Okay? Just get you a Stedman. Um, the character development of this show is abysmal. It is. I don't this is it's hard to know that this is Ryan Murphy. Like it has moments where it does good, like you see a little bit improvement. Carr and Liberty pissed me off because it's like they made Dina's grieving of her husband's death like a competition. And it was just so fucking tacky. Like y'all are really competing at the damn wake. Even before then, and I think it was more so Carr initiated it. Carr, what I will say about Carr can get you to come up out yourself. And I think that's one of her strong suits. Like people she's so fucking crass. Like when she was in the room with Liberty and Dina and she kept talking about because Dina's husband, I can't remember his name right now, he had passed and she still had his body in the room, like sitting in the room with him for days. And of course, that's what they're all concerned about. And of course, at first she was like, "Well, he's Scottish Irish, and that's a part of their tradition to sit with the body for a few days." I don't know if that's true or not, but she was sitting there with him for like business days, like 3 to 5 business days. And Carr And that's nothing, they weren't respecting her. When she said she wanted to be alone, they were like, no, I want to be with you during this time of need. And I understand that. But as someone who has experienced losing someone very close to you, sometimes you do want to be alone and to ruminate in your grief. Like you just need the initial shock of it. And both of them bitches was really up there, kind of like mad that, oh, who's gonna be the first one picked for, to have so whose shoulder she gonna cry on. And of course, Carl really wanted it more than anything because she needs that validation, and she needs that validation from Dina. And we need to get more backstory. Hopefully, we'll do a lot better in season 2 to really uncover Car's like real codependency on Dina. It's almost like she's a substitute mother, and we need more backstory for why Carr feels so attached and then also so hurt by Dina. But Liberty kept throwing up in her face like, "Girl, you'll never be a part of our law firm, bitch. It'll never be you." And Carr was like, "Well, you don't know that." But when they were in the room and she was talking about, I know how it feels to want to hold on to something because when I was younger, my pussy died. Talking about her damn cat, but she knew what she was doing, kept using the word pussy, talking about it got old and crusty. And I just held on to her for days, and she just had a foul odor. And my mom was like, Car, you gotta let go of your pussy. And then she was like, I had to let go of my pussy. It was, she is so damn vulgar. And it's not even her vulgarity that really I think is like, ugh. It's almost like, girl, you gotta know the time and the place. It's like the vulgarity don't be having no purpose. You just be coming out the mouth with it. Like I was at the door, so disrespectful to Esperanza. She kept mispronouncing that woman's name. And then when when they were pushed in and she kept mispronouncing the woman's name, dang, I just lost my train of thought. But I forgot what it was. But even when it came to her talking to Liberty, it's like the script was having like some nationalistic themes a little bit. Like even coming at Liberty, who is a white woman, but she's a foreign white woman. She was like, you come over here all posh to steal jobs from qualified Americans. I'm like, I was like, is this a MAGA talking point? Like, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. And then Chase and Allura, well, Liberty and Carr continued to pull that bullshit because when she actually had to wake, okay, so Esperanza told them she didn't want no visitors. They push in anyway, bringing whatever damn baked ziti or whatever they have. Carr ends up staying over with that whole pussy story, and Liberty leaves because she's just fucking disgusted. And while Carr is still there, she goes about herself throughout the days to plan a wake because Dina doesn't want to actually plan the funeral. She hasn't even called for them to get the body yet. And so Carr is using this moment to like almost prove her worth to Dina. But she's kind of like turned it into like a socialite event. And then Liberty brings her ass in with these bagpipes. They playing because old dude was Scottish. Dina's like, he didn't even wear plaid, even if it was Burberry. She tells that to Emerald. Emerald is the only person that comes to her in a way that feels genuine. When she's like, she comes to the wake and she's like, no, I need to speak to Dina. And she talks to Dina, and Dina, breaks down because everybody's kind of like telling her you need to let go. But at the same time, people are going to let go when they're ready to let go. And that's what Dina was saying. And but it felt like Emerald was the only genuine person throughout this process. But just like they say in Hollywood, funerals are networking events. But still, it was just so insensitive. Like, y'all really are using this moment to compete with each other. And this woman is really going through something very tragic. And Liberty also says that she feels left out due to her I guess British background. She feels like they have like their American things that they do together, even down to when they had Alora's divorce hearing. But she was like, Carr did not want to reschedule it. And that's the part kind of like I remember when Liberty wasn't there, and I was thinking, why isn't Liberty there? But it's also her character when she's gone, like she's not really missed. Like I said, they're not doing enough character development to really draw you into the character. Chase's corny ass. He's such a fuck boy. Such a fuck boy. He really, in the beginning of the episode, really feels like him and Laura have another chance because I guess he just knows Laura and he can get the kitty cat, which he does end up getting at the end of the episode. Period, point blank. But Allura is playing like, that's not really what I'm on. And if you really are a changed man, you would apologize to all of the women that you were sleeping with. And why she pull out with a damn sheet of all the women he done fucked? Because Emerald done got compiled the list, and so now we have this montage of him going to these women, apologizing, saying awful things like, what, I had sex with your twin sister. I thought it was you because y'all were identical. I fingered your aunt at your party. I mean, just what? Because yeah. Then he meets with the trans girl that he was with, and she was kind of like, it was just an eye opener, having to deal with the reality of whatever the relationship was. His final point was to meet with Milan, and Allura was supposed to set that up. Now, with this scene and what Allura was telling her, I felt like this was supposed to be a foreshadow of her and Kanye a little bit. And maybe not supposed to, but it alluded to it because when Milan doesn't want um, Chase to be a part of everything because she's upset with him, like she feels used or whatever by him. And Allura is like, this is not the way to go. I know you feel that this is the way to go, but it's not because he has the money. He can outlawyer you, outspend you, have you in litigation, and then he can get primary custody. He can afford the process, all of that. Be a lot more willing to work with him because it's going to be hurtful for you on the back end. So they meet up, Allura, Milan, and Chase in the same room. And Chase is so corny, like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm gonna be a dad. I want to be a part of the baby's life. And Milan is just so disinterested. She's on her phone, like intentionally being like standoffish. She started throwing shit at him. They start, going back and forth. And I get Milan's point, but then I don't. And I was kind of glad that Chase checked her because he was like, yes, I was an asshole, but you were still fucking your boss's husband. You was still fucking your boss's husband, Milan. I'm pretty sure Chase, you probably feel like Chase charmed you and conned you out your drawers, but I don't think he forced them off. I don't think he ever had to force the coochie out of you. Because just like you admitted early on, you were obsessed with Allura and obsessed with her life. And you wanted her life. And if that meant that you could get it through fucking her husband, you did it. So it's like, girl, like, don't try to act all self righteous now. Cut it out. Like I understand you probably going through the motions because you're pregnant and then your baby daddy a fuck boy. But yeah. Chase when he was like, yeah, you was still fucking your boss's husband. And he gonna walk out talking about, and I'm gonna file for full custody and everything. And just like Allura said, that's where he ended up doing it. He was like, and you know who will be my lawyer? Carr. This motherfucker, he know what he be doing. Like he be intentionally using Carr to get under Allura and to get under the people closest to her. Um, they eventually, as far as the girls, Allura, Dina, Emerald, Carr, and Liberty, they kind of have not a come to Jesus, but they have a kumbaya moment where they grieve with her, and she goes through her motions, and she finally says, okay, I'm going to call for them to come get the body so they can take him. I could be missing something right now, but It's storylines. I don't know how many episodes are going to be in this season, but we're in season. I mean, we're episode 7, so the next episode will be 8. And most of these shows really just be having about 8 episodes. So it's other storylines that we haven't finished up, especially what happened with Emerald's assault and the death of the man who assaulted her. Like, are we going to tie that up? I don't know. But in the end, in her all black, I guess, cause she in a state of mourning, Allura takes her ass over there to Chase and proceeds to get dick down. And wake up the next morning, he's behind her, holding her, and he's like, I want to get this a try, make it work. She doesn't say yay or nay. But here's my thing. If they do make it work, how is this gonna work with Milan and the baby? Like, is she just gonna be stepmama? Because I hope they don't try to pull some shit and be like, okay, we'll get custody of Milan's baby, and then it'll be our baby. But that was episode 7. It wasn't bad, but it was bad. But it's just that the character development and the story and the writing, they're gonna have to come better at season 2. But that's the overview. If you like the recap, let me know. Like it, comment, interact with me. Let me know, or some things that I missed. And I'll be back next time for episode 8 of All's Fair.